on Yessi where that sits?
No. I think he's getting an MRI or something, and they'll let us know. But obviously he's out and be out for a while, so we're not really sure exactly what's going to happen. They said they'd let us know early next week.
Any news on the McDavid hearing?
No. I know he had one this morning, but I don't know where it goes to. Keith will probably report on that.
Ken, what can you build off of yesterday's win?
It's not just yesterday's win. It's the way we've played for the last 3 weeks. You know, we're doing a lot of things really well. If we continue to do them, we give ourselves a chance to win. Our layered defense is starting to really take shape. Players have really bought into the way to create more offensive opportunities, more shots on goal, more second and third opportunities in the red zone. They're buying into that. So there's a lot of things that we're doing well. We just got to continue to do them well. I think we're going to get an eye-opener. We're going to get some stiff resistance now. We've got teams that have as much at stake as we do, like Anaheim, and then we go into Nashville and stuff like that. So we're going to get some really stiff resistance now. So all the things that we think we're doing well are going to get a real test here in the next few games. So I'm looking forward to it. We've got some guys that are really pulling on the same rope, and let's see how we test out against good competition.
Can the Oilers fans out there saying every night McDavid gets mauled by the other team, no matter what team he's playing? He's always fighting through hooks and hacks and slashes, and now he throws a check and he's the one in player safety. As a coach, does it seem right?
I don't want to comment on the player safety issues, because I just know that no matter what you think, no matter what you feel, they're going to do what they're going to do. So, and a lot of times you go into those meetings, they've already got something in mind off of what they reviewed. I've said this before about Connor. I get the fact that you interfere with him when it's in the play, when the action's right around the puck. That's a puck up for grabs. You do whatever you have to do. The part that's bothered me, and this is a very short window for me looking at this, but I don't like the fact that he gets dealt with way behind the play. And it happened 3 times last night again, where he wasn't 40 feet from the puck, but he was coming, and it was going to create a real good situation. And a lot of teams pick him up early, and they lock on, and he's not able to get back into the play. And I think that's just interference. And I've always felt like that. I felt like that 2 months ago, and it happens every night. He fights through it, doesn't complain about it, but I think it's also on us to make sure that people recognize that you want to see the skilled players play, and I feel like that. I feel like if it's part of the play, it's part of the play, but if it's that far behind, it's interference.
What about the fact that he kind of took matters into his own hands? What do you say as a coach about that?
What do you mean by that, matters in?
Well, obviously his frustration brewed. He wanted to send a message that he wasn't going to get pushed around. And
No, that's not how he did it. No. He went for the puck. And that guy pulled up. So he wasn't sending a message to anybody. That's Nick Leddy. I mean, Nick doesn't play that way, and Connor doesn't play that way. He's not sending a message. The message gets sent against the boards or in front of a net, if he's going to get whacking and hacking like the rest of it. But he wasn't trying to send anybody a message.
It's still very early days, but Gagne worked his way up your lineup quite a bit, played quite a few minutes. What's your early sense of what you might be able to get out of this player?
Well, I think he looks like an NHL player. He looks like a guy that's got terrific hockey sense. He knows where to go. He looks like a guy that can play with good players, and he's smart. I don't see this skating deficiency that everybody talks about. I don't see that at all. And he's really helped us. Like he's really being effective in what we call critical ice inside the blue lines. He gets pucks out. He knows how to manage the game properly. He's flat just a good player for us right now, and he fits in well no matter where we play him. Yesterday, a couple of guys were struggling up at the top of the lineup, and he went right up there and fit in and gave Connor's line some real juice and was effective for us. And if Connor is able to play here in the next game or so, we'll put those two guys back together because it looks like it's got a potential for real good chemistry.
Do you have a sense of his presence in the room? Yeah, he's been around quite a while. He's familiar with some of the people here, but he comes with that maybe.
I think what he does is the same thing that Sekera does, same thing that Clefbaum did. They're hockey players, and they really bring an environment where the whole focus is on the game and the competition, and he loves to play hockey. And you can see it in everything he does. You can see it in the way he practices, the way he prepares, and you can't have enough of those guys, especially at this time of year. It just rubs off on everybody the right way, and like I said, he's been a great addition.
Ken, you've had some good nights killing penalties recently, but you've also had some nights like yesterday where a team can get more than one on the power play. I know there was a 5-on-3, but the Oilers' PK, even going back to last year, has been bottom 5 of the league most of the time. Do you feel you're close to being better there? What's holding you back?
I think it's the mistakes are similar, and we have to get them resolved. And the mistakes are in 3 areas for me. First of all, it's face-offs. We've got to win more face-offs if we expect to be better, because I don't care how good you are. When you're spending a minute 40 in your zone, you're in big trouble. Second part for me is stick positioning on seam plays. There's too many times we get seamed, like we were too deep on the one seam play yesterday. We weren't deep enough on the other seam play. We get seamed too much, and that's just strictly stick positioning and the proper reads. And I think the last one for me is entries. When we deny the entry and it doesn't come in clean, and we cut them off in what we call the cozy corners, if we can get into those, we're in good shape. But we've got to get better killing penalties, and it starts right on the face-off. And then there's 3 or 4 of the aspects that are same. And I know Trent does a hell of a job in going over video, and we practice it a lot, but it's those little details that end up in the back of the net. But the biggest part is that we just start in our zone and get stuck in our zone far too long. And when you're in that long, you're going to be in trouble.
What do you think of Cave's play?
He looks like a great ad. You know, it's a short sampling right now, but usually this is when players who are American League caliber kind of fall off the map. He's gone exactly the opposite way. So he's gone up the ladder now. He's getting better every day. He's showing more and more puck composure. He's got a real edge to his game. He's getting better and better, and I think his minutes played, they project that. And to me, it's the same as Curry. Curry does things naturally that you love as a coach. You know, he blocked 2 shots yesterday. He's got good composure with the puck. And if he can keep improving, then these look like a couple of guys that finishing out the year here look like they can really add and help to us. But Cave, to me, looks like a guy that's getting better with time, not getting worse.